Blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community.
Establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are.
White Americans have no culture. Their only culture is stealing. So click, boom!
Let's not forget the fact that we always label things black on this and black on that.
Grace and peace, everybody. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. What we're going to watch today, I do believe truly is I've said before that the idea that woke ideology really is a grievance gospel. You have something that I want, you have something that I can't have, or whatever like that. I'm envying, I'm coveting. It's a 10th commandment violation. I really truly believe that's this. If we really draw back, we're going to watch it. There's a community up in Arkansas, families that have bought some land that are building a community there, that they only want certain people to live there. Okay, fine. And I've said this before, shout out to A Righteous Perspective. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Okay, fine. You just want to have your only people living there? So what? I don't care. I don't want to live in Arkansas. If you did it here in Georgia, if you did it down the street around the corner from me, I wouldn't care. So what? Who cares? Go live your life. I'm going to go live my life. But we're going to talk about this, and I want to see what you think about it. So jump into the comments. Do you agree with this? And keep in mind, I'm sure you already know, there are other communities that have done this. There's Asian communities and Hispanics and Blacks who've done the exact same thing and are doing the same thing in 4K right now. So is it really bad because they're separating races, or they're being selective in who could live here, or is it because it's white people? Let's jump in. Let's go.
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only. They are millennials and Gen Z, and this is a new update of age-old prejudice.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites only place.
White American culture.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
It's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out, even if...
you don't let everyone into your home.
Around 40 people live here.
Okay, so he's giving you I feel like that's a pretty good lay of the land. There's about 40 people, several families that just decide to live amongst each other on a little plot of land in the Ozarks. I truly am not going to lose any sleep over this. And you can try as best as you can and say, oh, well, they're going to do this. Nobody cares. If you go out there and bother those people and something goes south, why are you out there bothering them? They're in the middle of the Ozark. Do you really want to live there? Really? I think a question, before you tell them they can't do that, I think you need to ask yourself, why do you care? Why are you so invested in these people changing whatever they think? If they're, let's say they're the worst thinking people possible, then stay over there. We want y'all to be away from society. We're going to keep living and doing our lives over here. If you think, then you go over there with your crazy idea. Why are you losing sleep over this? Is my question.
Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. And while the men do the physical labour, the women take care of the children who live here full time.
It could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be a part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do.
You might be wondering how any of this can be legal. Return to the Land is structured as a private members association, which they believe allows them to discriminate on the basis of ethnicity, along with other factors. That has yet to be tested in the courts and may well fail. The Arkansas Attorney General has said his office is now reviewing the matter as a result of our reporting, and that there is no room for racial discrimination in Arkansas or anywhere.
Why Why is this a legal battle? It's got to be the craziest thing I've heard. Why does it have to be a legal battle at all? Why are you even remotely concerned about it?
In a free society.
So a group of pimple puss people are building an all-white community in the Ozark Hills in Arkansas. That is literally a requirement to join this community. You must be white. They said no black people, no Jewish people, no homosexuals or anyone a part of the LGBTQIA plus community. You must prove your European ancestry and you must be Christian and not follow any non-European religion. If I'm being honest, my initial reaction upon hearing about this all-white community being built, praise be. Praise We have prayed for times like this. People have been begging for years for white people and J-Lo to go away and stop bothering us. But unfortunately, I know this community is very unserious and it's not going to last for a couple of reasons. Number one, the community is called Return to the Land. Having people prove European ancestry to join a community called Return to the Land on American soil, that's not your land to return to. If anything, you should be returning that land to Native Americans. They're talking about we're creating this community because we want to be able to control who our neighbors are. If y'all would have left the world the fuck alone and stopped Christopher Christina Columbus Lopezing everything, we wouldn't have this problem. Then they're talking about we want to be able to preserve white American culture. The irony of building a community on stolen land to preserve white American culture. Is this their way of trying to convince everyone that they were given the villain edit? Like, no, you're just the villain. Like, what the White Americans have no culture. Their only culture is stealing. So to say you're preserving your culture by building a community on stolen land, a brain-eating parasite would starve. Second reason I know this all-white community is not going to last, the family tree is a wreath. And in an all-white town, the only people for the white men to oppress are their cousin wives and their children. Not being able to oppress other minorities, that's not going to fully scratch that oppressive itch that they have. And you know what happens when a white man gets tired of his wife and children. Click, boom.
Are we seriously mad?
So, besides, let's put aside the woman's very annoying cackle. Let's put that aside. It's almost like she doesn't want them to succeed because she knows she couldn't do this. It really does come across like that. It's kind of hard to watch because you're like, why do you care so much? You spend all that mental energy looking up this group's membership status, but ma'am, what about yourself? Are you taking care of, are you putting that same amount of energy, that same amount of research into bettering yourself? The white man.
Mad about people wanting to have a whites only community? Let's not forget the fact that we always label things black own this and black own that. So a white man, Eric Orwoll, wanted to establish his own town for his own people, white people. He wanted to control who he had as neighbors. His goal is to preserve the purity of his culture and traditions. So what are we mad for? Let's not forget, a couple years ago, Ashley Scott and Renee Walters got together and created their own community, their own black community. They wanted to create generational wealth and keep their legacy and culture. So I'm confused. What's the problem when the white people want to do it? And I know what you're going to say. You're going to try to bring up history and that victimization mentality. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. That happened many years ago. We're talking about now. We're not going to continue to bring up the past. At one point, we did have Black Wall Street. And yes, it was destroyed. However, we had the ability to rebuild and we didn't. We were defeated. So we're not going to continue to play the victim. This is a voluntary self-segregation, not a forced one. Get over it.
Sounds like an upcoming cult. Well, why do you want it to be a cult? Why? Why don't you say, you know what, these people, just like that woman just said, these are people that want to be around their type of people. Why is that a bad thing? I'm black and I don't have a problem with this as long as they don't encroach upon my rights. Say less, my friend, say less. I want to see their 23 and memes. They've eliminated crime. Sounds right. Wait. Back that up just a little smidgen. They've eliminated crime. Sounds nice. I really don't mind those people self-segregating. Just don't leave your perimeter. You forfeit that right. No, they can just say, hey, we want to live here and we can go to town and go to Walmart. We can go to IHOP, whatever like that. They don't have to. No, it's a glorified HOA, y'all. Calm down. let me know what y'all think about this. Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. I really do appreciate it. I don't have any problem with this at all. Not one bit. Not one smidgen. I don't care. I have so many other things to do than worry about what these people are thinking. But let me know what you're thinking and down in the comments below. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for rocking with us. We're getting closer to 50,000. I'm looking forward to celebrating with you all again real soon. So until then, grace and peace.